Before using any fire extinguisher, read the label to be sure you have the right one for the job. The most common types of portable handheld fire extinguishers are water, AFFF foam, halon, carbon dioxide, dry chemical, and dry powder. There are two general types of water extinguishers: pump tank extinguishers and stored pressure extinguishers. Water extinguishers can only be used on Class A fires. To use a pump tank water extinguisher, carry it to the location of the fire, pump the handle with one hand, and direct the water stream with the other.
Okay, walk to it a little bit.
To use a stored pressure water extinguisher, carry the extinguisher to the fire, holding the shutoff device in one hand and the hose in the other hand. Release the shutoff device and direct the water at the target. AFFF stands for aqueous film forming foam. These extinguishers are used on Class A or Class B fires. They look like stored pressure water extinguishers, but the difference is that they have a concentrated foam agent as well as water in the tank. They also have a special nozzle that mixes air with the solution, making the discharge a foam instead of a liquid. These extinguishers are especially valuable for putting out liquid fuel fires. To use an AFFF extinguisher, approach the fire and release the shutoff device.
Sweep.
Point the nozzle at the base of the fire and apply the foam with a side-to-side sweeping motion across the width of the fire. Halon 1211 and Halon 1301 extinguishers are primarily designed for Class B and Class C fires. The Halon 1211 extinguisher uses a liquefied compressed gas as the extinguishing agent. When discharged, the extinguisher releases a clear liquid stream. To operate a Halon 1211 extinguisher, carry it by the top handle to the fire location. You will have to get quite close to the fire because this extinguisher has a very limited range. Aim the discharge at the base of the flames, sweeping the flame from the burning surface. Keep applying the agent even after the flames are extinguished to prevent reignition. Carbon dioxide extinguishers are effective with Class B and Class C fires. The discharge is a gas that smothers the fire, taking away the oxygen that is needed for combustion. To use a carbon dioxide extinguisher, carry it to the location of the fire, holding the top handle. Prepare to squeeze the shutoff handle while pointing the discharge horn at the base of the fire. Be aware that CO2 extinguishers are very loud when they expel the agent. Also, keep your hands on the handle in back of the discharge horn because the discharge is very cold and can cause freeze burns. On flammable liquid fires, it is best to sweep the flame from the burning surface, starting at the near edge of the fire and moving forward. Continue to apply the discharge after the flames are extinguished to prevent a reflash. Dry chemical extinguishers are the most common portable fire extinguishers in use today. There are two basic types: ordinary dry chemical extinguishers, which are for Class B and Class C fires, and multi-purpose dry chemical extinguishers, which are rated for Class A, B, and C fires. Whichever type you have, The operation of all dry chemical extinguishers is basically the same. As the name implies, the agent inside a dry chemical extinguisher is a chemical that comes out in a dry, powdery cloud. To operate a dry chemical extinguisher, you first determine if it is a stored pressure type, which looks like a stored pressure water extinguisher, or a cartridge-operated type, which has a separate agent tank and pressure cylinder. To operate the stored pressure type, simply pull the pin and squeeze the shutoff handle, and the chemical will discharge. To operate the cartridge type, remove the hose from its stored position, point the extinguisher away from people, and press down on the activation plunger. Wait a couple of seconds for the agent tank to charge, and then squeeze the control handle on the nozzle to discharge the chemical. Attack the fire starting at the near edge and progress forward with a side-to-side sweeping motion. Normal extinguishers should generally not be used on burning metal or Class D fires. These fires present special control problems that require you to use the correct extinguishing agent. If the wrong agent is used, it can intensify the problem. Class D fire extinguishing agents are usually in a dry powder form. They may be applied by hand or from a fire extinguisher. To apply an agent by hand, scoop or shovel it up and then gently apply it over the burning metal, being careful to keep intact any crust that may have formed. Keep applying the agent until you have completely covered the fire deep enough to make a smothering blanket of chemical. Stand by to be ready to apply more agent if hot spots should develop. Do not disturb the material until it is cooled and can be disposed of safely. To be ready for immediate and effective